So there's a couple of reasons why we filmed this. Firstly, SAS Golf, Simon Smith, who we both know, did a really good video on this the other week. So we kind of took his inspiration and done the video. I've not told you this email yet, but I'm going to read it to you, Rick, and to listeners. So it's from Richard. He says, I feel like I've been robbed. As a new golfer, I was using old borrowed clubs, but I really got into it. And it's a Cobra King Speedback F9S. Talk to me, Rick, about this driver.
So, for the untrained eye, it absolutely looks like the original Cobra King Speedback F9 driver.
And it even had a sticker that said was 379, now 249. So everything was hunky-dory.
Until
you
notice a few differences.
Yeah, it riled me up a little bit. I felt a bit guilty on people that are buying. Not guilty, it's not our fault, but I felt a bit...
So hopefully we've done our due diligence and put it through its proper paces. F9S versus F9, video coming soon. I would hold off from any ordering just yet.
Guys, how you doing? Welcome back to a brand new video. Simon down here at Sanford Springs Golf Club, filming under the same tree that we filmed up 2 weeks ago after one of our subscribers, one of the people that watches the channel, Golf Nut, mentioned about a Cobra F9S driver, and I was delighted to see this morning when I believe Jordan, I'll leave the comment down below, notified me on my recent video on the F9S. I had to take down it, explained, etc., that Rick and Guy were talking about in the podcast, and Rick and Guy themselves, after watching the video, have done research themselves and will be releasing a full review on the F9 compared to the F9S this week, which I think is very, very good news for the golf industry. So I was pleasantly surprised to find out Rick and Guy had seen my video. Now, I don't think, ironically, that they would have seen the original, the one that I had to take down, because I did say things that were inappropriate and I shouldn't have said, and potentially out of line. Then I re-uploaded a video 2 days later, apologising for that, but then also reiterating exactly what I thought wrong was between the F9 and F9S and how similar they were. And just like myself, this is one thing that I like, is that just like myself, Rick and also Guy didn't or couldn't actually believe that there was two drivers out there on the market that looked exactly the same, from Cobra, made by Cobra, authentic Cobra drivers, but the only difference was a potential labelling with an S in the title and some description down below it. So number one for me, reason why I couldn't really do this review any quicker, is getting a hold of a Cobra F9 and an F9S in the exact same spec, head in good condition. And I could have got brand new like an F9, you can't really get a brand new F9, but you'd need to get a decent condition F9 head, which I imagine Rick and Guy have basically got lying about the place in all their tested of drivers over the years, as well as then buying an F9S driver, which I could have definitely done, but then I wouldn't have wanted to resell it because of everything that we're obviously stating on the second-hand market on eBay. So then I'm thinking, well, it is a £400-500 then video, which I would have got around to eventually, but just couldn't really happen at this point in time. So that's one of the reasons I needed to find two drivers that were basically the carbon copy of each other to make this a fair test. The second reason is because these boys didn't have to do this video. It's something that they've obviously seen probably from my second video, and they've gone, actually this is interesting, or actually there's something not right here, or actually is this really the case? Is there two carbon copy drivers out on the market, potentially under the same name? Yes, there's an S in the title online, and they've got the way of obviously testing this together. Not only that, because they didn't have to, they're very much unbiased. Therefore, whatever the result is, I think we can honestly say is the result. And if I had done the review myself, then it would have been difficult, because if I'd gone, yes, this is the driver, they are exactly the same, you guys would have gone, Cobra's got to you. Or if I had said, actually, the F9S is complete rubbish, all of a sudden it'd be, oh, you're only doing that because they told you to take the video down, or it's because you have impartial views. So again, for that matter, I think it's very important that it's not myself. Obviously, any channel would have taken this on would have been a great bonus to share some kind of awareness, because I think it's an interesting thought. And as I said in my last video, it's not just Cobra, TaylorMade, Callaway, all the others do this with the same brand. Technically, a lot of them do change some bit of the head, so it doesn't look exactly the same, but they all do this. So it'd be interesting to test a Callaway X Hot versus original X Hot, or test a TaylorMade M2 2017 versus the original. And after this week's review from Rick and Guy, hopefully, and I do hope, there's going to be a lot more of that kind of testing in the future, where brands can't just rely on a past popular driver that they brought out and have a lower spec version of it come out 2 years later. Third reason being, this review has to be done pretty much with the state-of-art technology, which I don't have at my disposal at the moment. It'd have to be a GC quad, it has to be Trackman. For the review to be legitimate, again, drivers of any magnitude, on any level, on any budget, are so close to each other. I do this week in, week out with a second-hand club from Ben Ross versus a tailor-made premium club, and you talk about ball speed and launch and spin rate, marginal gains. So if I was to do a test and hit these so many times and then out on the golf course and there's just one anomaly, one comes out, that doesn't make sense, then the whole kind of review is basically put away. So it has to be done in a controlled, well environment, which again, like we've all seen in many of Rick's reviews, he does incredibly well either indoors, outdoors, whatever it might be. So again, for me trying to find a place for me to do this review with quite a bit, again, because of my past with these drivers, it'd have to be done in a very professional, state-of-the-art kind of manner, which at the moment I don't necessarily have my hands on. The fourth reason being, and I'm glad, and I have to thank quite a lot of you guys as well, is that a lot more of awareness and a bigger audience is being actually reached to is thanks to you and Golf Nut and Jordan, you guys that make comments and obviously message Rick, and I'm sure you guys messaged Mark Crossfield and James Robertson and TXG, and it'd been very interesting to know from you guys whether they even knew about the F9S. Was it on the market? Did they know that you could get the non-milled version of the F9 with the helium shaft and non-Arcos grip? Was it apparent to every other club reviewer? Because I thought if it was, this video would have come out quite a while ago when it did come out, like a year or so ago, when it hit the market. So I have to thank you guys. And number four, realistically, is Rick's got the biggest channel when it comes to golf YouTube. There's no question about it, and the video is going to have hundreds of thousands of views, and with the reviews and the results and the testing, that is going to have quite a big impact on the golf industry in general. And all I want it to be done, and the reason I made the video in the first place, is because even though I haven't tested both drivers, there's such little margin between a budget driver from Ben Ross or a tailor-made £499 carbon wood. So therefore you're still going to be buying a relatively good product from a major brand. All I wanted and all I was trying to say throughout this entire time is that I just want people to be aware what they are buying and not necessarily be tricked. Whether it was meant to be tricked or not, that is my point. And because Rick has got an enormous channel, and because this will be reaching hundreds of thousands of people, way back from my video that got taken down to the video that I re-uploaded and obviously got more views, thank you for that, is just going to enlighten a few more beginners, people that don't have an expert eye, and maybe do a tiny bit more research when they are spending £200 to £300 on golf equipment off the shelf. And my fifth reason, just being, I love the internet. I love how these things can turn out in terms of someone just messaging on a notice board or on a YouTube video, an innocent question. I'm pretty sure, Mr. Golf Nut, I'm gonna have to find out your name, whoever you are. So Mr. Golf Nut, when you're watching this video, please reply your name so I can just reference your name from here on out. As without you writing that under my video, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure someone would have reviewed this in the future at some point in time, but without you writing that, and without me making a rather shoddy video the first time around, and then with me taking it down and then re-uploading a video, I don't think it would have ever got to this level. And I do feel there will now be a genre, and there will be now people and golf club reviewers, because this video is going to slap, I'm not going to lie. Rick and Guy's video is going to do incredibly well. With those views comes ideas, and comes ideas means that a good portion of the golf YouTube community are going to be doing this kind of test. I mean, it just makes sense. You're going to find out the stealth driver, and in 3 years time there's going to be a stealth driver version carbon wood that is exclusive to American Golf. So therefore there's going to be that test from either myself or James or the guys from TXG or Mark or Rick or whoever it is, and I think you guys are generally interested, which means that we generally want to make those videos. Hence why I love the internet, hence why I love the fact, Mr. Golf Nut, you put me onto this in the first place. Anyway, that's a relatively quick, easy video. Again, thanks Rick, Guy, for the shout out. I really appreciate it. You guys have always been very good to my channel. And thank you obviously for doing this for the community, as well as, you know, the video is going to bang. If you like this video, leave it a like. Subscribe if you're new. Catch you guys later.